If you like health and wellness, then she's got your message. You came to get it from Karla's Korner. Make the world better, one life at a time. On Karla's Korner.
Hey everybody, it's Karla Jarvis, your favorite nurse practitioner, coming live from Karla's Korner. Yay! And I'm so excited for what we got going on today. I have my wonderful and new friend in Christ and in business, you know how those go together, coming in because she is joining our practice. And what's your name, young lady?
My name is Francis the Hasu.
Oh, Francis.
Yes.
So can we call you Miss Fran?
Yes, Fran D. A lot of people know me as Fran D.
Okay, Miss Fran D. I love it. What you do for a living, Miss Fran?
So I am first of all, I'm a licensed esthetician, so I know skin, but I also mainly professional in brow tattooing, which is called microblade, aka feathering. So that's what I do. That's where my hunger is at, my passion's at, to do brow tattooing.
Wow. So we have two people here. One that she already did microblading on to show you, we'll put pictures up to show you what Katie brows looked like before, and then she's going to tell us what she did afterwards with microblading. And then we have Shantae, our wonderful receptionist, that she's going to do some techniques on her for people who maybe cannot do microblading or are kind of scared of it, whatever. She's going to show you different techniques she can do for you in the office also. So first we're going to see, what did you do with Miss Katie?
So Miss Katie, she was actually a really good candidate because almost everybody can get microblading.
Mm-hmm. That's our favorite nurse practitioner too,
yeah,
y'all.
Almost everybody is a great candidate. So we just kind of got to look into what each client or patient would like, and desired shape, and also going with the face frame. So it's more playing a part first and telling me how you do your makeup routine and what you would like. So since she was more of lacking a lot more hair in the ends and the beginnings, I went ahead and made everything fuller and more like sisters instead of distant cousins. So she did have a scar, and the scarring was right in this area. So I went ahead and I put micro hair right in that area and just lengthened each side. And if you're trying to figure out, well, where am I supposed to have my eyebrows end or actually aiming towards, and it's actually the temple, because for women, if you want a facelift, a lot of people are paying thousands of dollars just to cut all of this and pull it, and you have all this open. Okay, so now what we're going to do, this is readjusting the brow to make it more wider, more of a younger look. Instead of cutting all this, we just go ahead and we microblade, make hair incisions, and give it the effect of pointing to the temple.
So it's interesting that you said she had a scar.
Yes.
So we do know that Karla's Korner is all about lifestyle meeting healthcare. So we have people with scars. We have people that have anxiety that maybe pick the hair out.
Yes.
We have people with alopecia that cannot grow the hair. We have people with cancer that the hair has been removed because of that agent. Right. So those are all patients that are candidates for microblading?
Yes. Most of them, with the cancer patients, you have to be in a 2-year remission. Okay. So you have to have the thumbs up from your physician, the doctor who took care of you through all of your treatments. Okay. And make sure you have that okay, because that makes me feel good, and you reassured that we're in the right timing of getting you some beautiful brows.
Now, you told me something that I really love. You said, Karla, I love eyebrows. I look at everybody's eyebrows. I draw them all day long. And so when a patient comes in, tell us what's the first thing they do with you. Like when they come in, they can't automatically get brows that day.
Yeah. So a lot of times they come up to me and they'll say, well, don't look at my brows. And they're just kind of down and out. And they don't have that confidence level that I want. Everybody deserves to be at a sky-high confident level. And with brows, I just look at them and I'm like, look, we can go ahead and enhance those beautiful brows by doing this, and take them through a wonderful consultation. So by the time they're done with even knowing about microblading, they're already halfway up there to the sky. So it's pretty cool.
So is there any aftercare that Katie has to do? Because this is day what?
This is day 2.
Okay.
So this is day 2. So she got her brows done 2 days ago, and I use a plant-based ink. So 1, 2, and 3 of the days, the ink is going to oxidize in the skin, meaning that the color is going to kind of try to fade up, the skin's trying to heal. So she's going through these 3-day stages, so it's a little bit deeper than you would possibly want. And then after from 4 to 7 days, your skin wants to heal. And then some people, they may have a little bit of itching or what. So it's a little bit of a phase. It's a 4-week treatment, like a healing session.
Okay.
So, and I normally give 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how that person heals, because not everybody heals the same way.
Correct.
Not everybody is the same. So I kind of like to let them know. And then she comes back in 4 weeks. We do a retouch up, and then after that, she does the care is basically an ointment that heals, and no washing of the brows at all. Because if you put water on that, it's going to kind of drown out all of that ink. So, yeah, it's pretty
Now,
neat.
was it some instructions you gave her prior to her coming?
I gave her a take-home care kit with instructions, letting her know, well, this is what's going to happen, and this could happen because, again, everybody's different. And so she takes that home. I always recommend to put it on the refrigerator because, we're always going in the kitchen.
Yes.
So it's a good reminder, or put it in your bathroom, on your mirror, wherever that you feel you spend most of your time at. And then I give her a cleanser, which is a fragrance-free cleanser that is actually for babies. And then I also give her an ointment, so that way your skin heals properly and it doesn't create a crust.
So are you just like I am when it comes to filler, them not taking asprin or NSAIDs or vitamin E, because those are blood thinners?
Right. So at the very beginning of our consultation, even before speaking like as a personal consultation on the phone, I'm like, well, do not take any aspirin or antibiotics or taking any topical retinol, Retin-A. You cannot be on anything that actually makes the skin sensitive or vulnerable, because if you do, then forget it. It tears up the skin, and then if your blood is thin, then while I'm doing the hair stroke technique, you may have more blood exposed than what we want.
And the last thing, I asked, because I know this is the first thing that you're going to ask is, okay, microblading, does this hurt?
Right.
And I asked Katie, and Katie said no. She said you can hear it almost like going to the dentist. You can hear the machine or whatever, but it doesn't hurt. It feels just like little scratches. So I said, oh, she got some good numbing cream there, honey, because you can't feel it. But that's awesome. And I think it looks awesome. It opens up her face. It opens up her eyes. It doesn't look like it doesn't match. I love the way it matches her hair. So then people will be like, oh my God, your eyes are so green. They look so bright. What did you do different? It's not like a, girl, who did your braids? That's not a compliment. It's my world, honey. So that looks really good. Now we're going to Shantae because Shantae did not do brows microblading. And so now we're going to do a actual right here, right now, tutorial.
Yeah, so I just have 2 things. You could do this at home. A lot of people are intimidated by just like kind of figuring out where their brows are at. She has a really nice shape, but in order to enhance your shape, you just need, if you want, there's different types of brow fillers just to put makeup on, but I use a water-resistant brow filler just because we do sweat. And if you're one of those people that actually kind of, when they wash their face, they don't want their brows to come off, so water resistant. And the way to figure out, now with hers, a lot of times what I do is I kind of touch where the brow bone is at. This is where you have a guidance to where the brow starts. So her brow bone, which is the optical bone, it starts here. So she's actually correct. That's where it's at. Her arch, now the way that you figured this out too is that the crease of the nose here, if you go straight up, that should be hitting where it should start.
Right.
Okay? So then in order to get your arch, you can actually take the end of the nose through the eye area. Okay? And this is where her arch should be. Okay?
Wow.
Yeah. So that's where her arch should be. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit.
Right. Okay. So she has a lot of hair, though. So, but we need to, just make it...
She's a great candidate for microblading.
Really?
Just because we can enhance this. Instead of her, every day, 20 minutes for eyebrows, you know, you can actually have me put in hair strokes, and that way you don't have to wear no makeup at all for up to 3 years.
Wow.
Depending on the skin. So, up to 3 years. So now, I'm going to try to go at the end of the nostril to the end of the eye, and this is where it's supposed to end, actually. So, a lot of times with the temple, that's where I would actually take out towards the temple to open up the brow area. So you have your beginning, your arch, and the end. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So then what I do is, I literally, hold this real quick. A lot of times whenever I work with clients, I just kind of start at the bottom. So you have, I always say A, B, and pull it out to C. And since she doesn't have coarse hair, you cannot do a heavy eyebrow. So I kind of go with the coarseness. So since she has a thinner hair follicle, we're going to go more of a faded eyebrow.
And I think that's the mistake some people make. They always think, oh, I got coarse brows, and then they draw on these very heavy eyebrows.
This, you know, you can be in the trend, which is really nice. But I say stick with what God gave you, because this is your face frame. I always say brows have, it's like a fingerprint. You have your own pattern.
Yes.
So again, and what I do is I just kind of, it's not going to stay square like that, but I try to do a beginning, middle, and end. And then I take a little brush like so, and I try to fade it out because, again, she doesn't have coarse hair. So then afterwards, if say she's just wanting to get it waxed, I would just basically stay away from where I drew it. And then I would wax it, and it would be really clean cut.
Woo! Come on, Shantae.
Now, there is tinting to where you can dye the area, and I call that a baby step 2 microblading. So we could do a tinting, and then you can see for a whole week of your brows staying there for a whole entire week, so that we can adjust, like, okay, well, this is how my brows are going to be after microblade.
Oh, that's good. So that's like a free. I love that.
Yeah.
It's like how we do a pain pump and a spinal cord stimulated trial to see if something works or not.
So, yeah, you have really good brows, but we can definitely get to a microblade. Yeah. Hey.
I love that. Look at that. That is gorgeous.
Yes, ma'am. She has good brows.
Yes.
And it's placed correctly. So.
And look how it makes her, when you take a little line and go down her face, it makes her look even youthful, you know, even more youthful on the other side versus the other side. Like you can see her looking a little bit older here and younger here. I love that.
Yeah. And two, this one's a little bit raised, I would think, but sometimes too with our muscles, we have the muscle area.
Oh yes,
here.
honey.
So like, I'm a mother, and a lot of times I use my attitude face.
Right.
So I use my brow a lot. So when you get the exercise in with the one side, it's going to be a lot more accent, which is your character brow. So don't hate on it, but if you want it matched, then you can come and get mapped out too.
And that's how people are with Botox. It's always going to be one side. I may have to put a little bit more because that muscle is so strong, and you just like moving and they're like, well, look, my brow. I'm like, that's the one you move all the time.
That's correct.
So it needs just a little bit more in order to relax it so you don't have that face. But then they won't know you mad at them.
Right, exactly.
I'm going to change positions with you so that you can go ahead and do this side. You stay right there, Shantae. All right. Ooh, Lord, look how cute you look, girl. Where you going after this, honey?
We're going to go ahead and we're going to basically, so it's starting where it's supposed to start, okay? And then we're going to take, and you can use your makeup brush or whatever, nothing fancy smancy. Or even like a popsicle stick if you want to kind of get really into it. And most of the time I kind of do this by eye just because I've been doing brows for 17 years. So it's
I was just about to ask you, how long you been doing this?
I've been doing this for about 17 years.
Wow.
So I started in my kitchen.
Stop playing. And now you also teach too.
I do. I teach microblading, so if you're interested, you can hit me up. So, and I'll give you some information later on about that. So we're just going to go ahead, and a lot of times you can kind of take this and go right across just to kind of, if you're one person that likes preciseness, you can go ahead and, again, you have beautiful brows, so